All right, so here it is. All right, 15447. Even if I added this to it, we're only at 20. And this one here going to City West is already at 21.5. So I think we're going to take that one. Where do I find it? C50. Okay, so our locomotives are actually facing in the right direction. So I'm going to put this in there. So what we are going to try and do is we're right here at the TAC at Food Factory, and we need to go down here. So the shortest point between two is the center route down to here and City West. Now, the challenge is this out of Food Factory is pretty much all uphill. And it's like uphill to about here, and then it's kind of a nice downhill run from there. And then it's all downhill from here. So that's the challenge I'm kind of looking forward to. So what we need to do now is I'm going to leave the DE2 where it's at. And what we're going to do is we're going to detach this from the tank cars after we've set the brake on those so they don't wander off. And we're going to put oh, we don't need that at all. We need these. So I'm going to move, oh boy, I almost got confused again. So we're going to move the DE2 No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to drive the DE2 down this track and put it here. Then I'm going to get these two out and drive back them right up against the DE2, and we should be ready to go. So is that the 5-track? Yes, and we are need to be the 5-track? Yes. All right, so there's we go. So let's get our locomotives situated. You hear me, baby? Hold together. I love it when it does that. I always think of Star Wars and the Millennium Falcon. All right, so we're going to make a freight haul to City West. And it's going to be across some terrain we've kind of been on. But the track... we'll be riding on, we haven't ridden on yet. And for a moment, I thought about leaving the DE2 on the back of the train, but then I realized this is going to the C yard at City West, and I may end up trapping it on the back of the consist. I don't want to do that. Not when a quick little maneuver like this will put it up where it belongs. And we don't have to turn our locomotives around. Ooh. Speaking of the big locomotives, there's a DE6 here. It's the only Western looking locomotive in the game. Alright, so oh, it's nice straight back here. Just have to get past that switch there, which looks like I have. I need to set this one, and everything is straight, right on in. All right. The turntable is over here. If we had needed it, it's the only way to turn your locomotives around here. It's same with sawmill. Not sawmill, steel mill. I think there's a turntable at sawmill also. So get it connected up, turn her off. Because we'll pretty much be done with her for this ride. Let her fill up the brake system for a moment. Leave the cab light, traction motor. I'll just leave the electrics on so that, and the train light's there. All right, let's go get our DH4s. Hello. Have you missed us? Alright, what else is on? Must be another brake. Yeah. Cut out. Alright. How are we on fuel? Plenty. Reconnect this to this locomotive now. We need to pull up to just about the same place we had the DE6, the DE2. We're out here on the main track now. Just need to get past that switch there. Just like that. And straight on back. Yep. All right, so with the exception of the elevation, dealing with the elevation change on the trackage, the other challenge is just having to use the Y to get ourselves lined up to put this into the C yard at City West. All right. First lights on. You know what I should do? I should turn this one on too. Get in there. All right. End of train light. Get on there. All right, let's turn this job. Oh, wait. Let's look at our map. All right, so plan our route. So we are at Food Factory, and we are going to take this route down here to City West. So coming out of Food Factory, we want to stay left through here. We'll have to check oil refinery. We want to make a right, stay on this track. Then we want to make a left, perfect. And then into City West. So all those switches are good. Oil refinery, we are coming in from the north. We want to stay left. And we could do this a couple ways. We could stay left and stay left and then stay right. So we'll come down through this way and then go out that way. Try that route. The last time we came through here, we did this route, and this time we'll come down through this way. All right, and City West, this is the tricky part. So we are going to come into City West from the north. We want to stay left. Left, left. We want to stay left. We want to come through here, through this switch. This is that 30-mile-an-hour bend that doesn't show up as a bend on the map. And then we'll back up this switch, stay right, and we want to drop off at C2I. So that's C-track 2I down low. So we're going to stay left, left, and right. And that'll drop us off here. So it does have a pass-around track. So if we had left the DE2 on the back of the train, we may have been able to pull it back and take it down this pass-around track. But now we don't have to worry about that. So it looks like all of our switches that we can throw are set. So let's, what time is it? Is it late already? 3 o'clock. Is it gonna rain? Ooh, it is. Ooh. Ah. Ick. Oh, you know what? Let's do it anyway. This may be a mistake, but we're gonna make it happen. All right, let's get on the rails as soon as we can here before it starts raining. All right. Locked in. Brakes on. All right, and we're off. We want to get a heck of a head of speed. Now this isn't a huge load. It's only like, if it's 500 tons, it's a lot. You watch this clinometer go up. The yellow will just be crazy here. I don't know what the speed limit is here. 70, okay. I know it's 30 going out the other way, so see, look at that. Oh my goodness, look at that. I spiked it. We have it doesn't read any higher. A little bit of sand. Let's see if we can't give ourselves some traction. Because we're already kind of in the yellow. Not doing too bad. We're now under 2. Not worried about the speed limit. We're not even getting there. I just want to get up this grade into the Y before it starts raining. We'll have the best chance. All right, so we're gaining some speed. Maintaining. Very rarely, in fact, we never go out this way in the early game. We just don't do it. I've almost got. In fact, I'm pretty much got the throttle pegged on these two, and it'd be about the same way in the DE6. So I got to keep an eye on that. We're doing okay. You can see the rain. It's not on the windshield yet. Okay, here's the Y ahead of us. 50-kilometer-an-hour speed limit. Outside view. Caught a couple pictures. Now this will sting me if we're got a 30-kilometer-an-hour speed limit through here. Off the sand for a moment. The engine cool down just a touch. Now let's bring it down just in case. Yep, 30. Huh. You're not going to get me, game. Got to get up early in that to trick this fox. So it's all level here, which is nice. And we're all downhill. So I'll back off the throttle. Let's... Throttle not off? Okay. And let's just give it a notch at the dynamic brake, see what happens. So last time we blew it up. We blew up the locomotives. Never good. Kind of picturesque out there. Gas here. Where are we? Up here. Okay. $50-kilometer turn. Probably this one up here. We have a little bit of grade. Gotta keep an eye on it. So I am throttled up. Not crazy, but just I do have some throttle on to keep the speed up. Move things along. Rain yet? No, but it looks like it. Very foggy. All right, so we're at 60 and it's going to go down to 40. So I'm going to apply a little brake here. Because I know it's coming. There it is. Okay, so we are coming into... the oil refinery. So we're using the brake to control our descent here rather than the dynamic brake. I think it's a little more responsive. All right, that switch is correct. We want to go to the left. This first right would have put us in the B yard, and we definitely don't want to be in there. Here we go. Stay to the right. Controlling our speed as we climb through. All right, yeah, this is correct, because this would be the turn we would make to go in along the office. That's what that track would take us. And we're staying left because that'll take us into the A yard. And I believe this is correct. Yeah, because going to the left here would take us up and back and around. That's the loop track. We don't want that. All right, so a little bit of power through here. Give ourselves a little more momentum. I think it's a downhill out of here. I think it gives you an uphill to come in because it's got a 30-mile-an-hour restriction coming into oil refinery. Yeah, here's the loop track coming across here and across this diamond. And then this should take us out. Because this track here would be the track that came in from where the office was. And we got a 50-kilometer with a downhill. That was well done. And we have both locomotives operating here, so I've got double the power. It's not like the run we made from Goods Factory where it was so light I just used the first locomotive. Because of the elevation change, I have both locomotives operating, so got plenty of pulling power. Get up to 50 and we'll throttle back. We're here, coming up on the Y, going to Forest Central. We are not going there. Should be staying to the right. We wait for the That's correct. The switch indicator has confirmed our assumptions. Let's see, 60 to the right, 40 to the left. We are going to the right. We are well under 60. do what we can to gain a little time here. Just be mindful, because we got another Y here where we'll be making a left and heading to City West. 90, it's going to drop back down to 70. Little engine dynamic brake on. So we can't use the engine to control our speed a touch. '70 and leveling off. A little ways to go. Six in the evening, game time. I have a friend in France who's been following the stream via YouTube, and he made me laugh today. He responded back, the newest drop was our last trip to City West, where we're still kind of, it was before we got the DH4s, and while we were there in the video, there was a DH4 there, and I was tempted to take it, but we didn't. Need a little more throttle here. And his remark was, "Oh, come on, I want to see the new locomotive." And I had to respond in a way as to say, "Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Just got to be patient. We want to see if we can find one when we get to harbor in town." And we still were trying to make our make the amount of $500,000 in our wallet. So even though I knew that today we were going to play the welcome back, Commander Kitsune. Even though I knew tonight I was going to be playing the DH4s and driving them around, I had to kind of play like, oh, that's kind of hasn't happened yet. All right, Live, thank you for your help and for hanging around. Have a good evening. And we won't be streaming next week. It'll be the first week of June. So have a good night, Live. Thanks again. They really do an interesting job with the weather in the game. I mean, it's foggy. It's supposed to be rainy. I hadn't seen any rain on the windshield. But there's not a whole lot to look at on the outside. It's kind of icky. Alright, so I can't come into City West like a cannonball here. I know I need to maintain. Alright, so this is 80 now, dropping to 60, which is probably... Yeah, so we're about to come into City West now, so the next symbol should tell us the Y is coming. Yeah, it's up there. Right around the bend here. We need to get to about 35, and I'll have to jump out. Oh, see, it's clearing off. Have to figure out which side the switch is on, though. Oh, there's a ring. Saw a couple drops. Switch is on this side. Kids, don't do this at home. An ill-trained professional. Yes, I am. All right, and that will take us the direction we need to go. Yes. Just a little bit further. Perfect. All right, let me just make sure that is the line that should go into the B yard. Yeah, that line should take us into the B yard. We do not want that. We want to take this line through the diamond and down this set to the right. We'll just double check everything. That's to the left, and we need to go to the left and then a quick to the right. And there's nothing on that track that's in our way. Perfect. All right. Oops. Here's the dogs. Ella, she's got a big mouth. Oops. To go up there. All right. Now you'll notice on our remote control, and I'm going to point this out, down at the bottom it says signal boost. And we have pretty much 5, 4, and 2 bars. That's like fully operational. And it wouldn't be that high up if we did not have the signal booster installed on our DE2. So that helps give us a little more range. I could probably run all the way back to the yard. Let's see how far away I can go before we start to drop some bars. There's one bar dropped. There's another bar dropped. And we need to get it all the way into the 2i. So I only lost 2 bars worth of reception running all the way down here. And there it comes. The end of train light helps us out a little bit. Let it get up to about 18. And then we'll cut the throttle. There we go. Let her coast in. Start to apply a little brake. Now. So even with the DH4s, that hill was still a bit of a challenge. As I said, it would be a challenge in the DE6 as well. But the DM3 and the DE2s, you would definitely be in a bad way. I think I've tried that with the dual DE2s, and I've tried it with the DM3 and the DE2, and it was more challenging than it needed to be. Okay, so we are 1, 2, 3 behind. Dude. Let's turn these off. And we'll see what's here to take or to do. And turn in the job. We had 77 minutes to do it in. We did it in 27. And for a 21.5K job, we made 32. Good deal. Yes. I'm getting the money now. All right, so there isn't a whole lot to do here. Puts us at over $600,000, though. Well done. Good job, everyone.